Kurumba, Far North Queensland.
Both shock absorbers on this side have come off. Who knows a bit more about caravans is going to call me back. Oh, that sort of caught me by surprise.
We were not expecting that. Welcome back to another episode. This week we kick things off in the far north Queensland town of Karumba. Unfortunately, not everything goes to plan, so grab a drink and get comfortable as we get into this week's adventures. Crocodiles inhabit this area. Attacks may cause injury or death. Keep away from the water's edge and do not enter the water. Take extreme care when launching and retrieving boats. So this is the west coast. So where we're walking past here is Sunset Strip, where you can come and sit and have a beer and bite to eat and watch the sun go down. So we haven't been on a west coast beach for a while, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, it's beautiful. We might have to come down later and take a look. Just come to the boat ramp, just have a quick look and see there's no one here at the ramp at the moment, so I'm good to walk down. But yeah, it really is beautiful. It makes you want to go for a swim. There's a few people fishing from the beach. Not sure I'd be that brave. I think as long as you can see through the clear water, you're all right. Karumba is a really tiny little town. In fact, I think there's only like one main street. Where we're staying is at the far end, so it's just slightly out of town. But it's only about a sort of 5-10 minute drive to come to the main town, which again is just one main drag, and it's just a big fishing town. So mainly focusing on barramundi here.
And chips.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we are packing up, or we've packed up, and we're leaving Kurumba this morning. We haven't really done an awful lot because I've not been feeling too good. In fact, I've not been feeling good for a couple of weeks, pretty much since we were at Gregory River. So I've had something hanging around, but I've had a bit of a bad couple of, well, probably a bad week really, isn't it?
No energy and stuff.
No energy. I've been sleeping in the afternoons. I've done 3 COVID tests, which have all been negative. But then I started thinking maybe I'd caught a virus or something from a mosquito bite. I know, ever the dramatic thing. But I don't think it's that now. I think maybe I just picked up a virus. I'm hoping that I'm sort of coming out of it now. Still not 100%, still feel very tired. So, but we already extended our stay there by a night. So we ended up doing 3 nights at Karumba. We got to do a bit of exploring yesterday, as you saw.
Yeah.
And then we enjoyed barramundi and chips on the watching the sunset last night, which was just gorgeous. That was just a nice way to end our time there, even though we didn't get to do an awful lot.
No.
It's a tiny town though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
If you're into fishing, then yeah, absolutely. There's, you know, you can get your boat out and do some fishing. We almost did a bit of fishing yesterday afternoon, but I don't think we would have caught anything. I don't think the fish bite in the middle of the afternoon, so.
And you weren't really feeling it, I said.
No.
Only a bit of on my own.
Yeah, yeah. So this morning we're driving through Normanton. So we are going to stop in Normanton because there was a couple of things that we wanted to sort of have a look at when we drove through coming to Kurumba. But we are going through Normanton and then we're headed back on the Savannah Way, and we're going in the direction of the Atherton Tablelands. We have looked to see if there's many places that we can stay with Archie on the Tablelands, and at the moment I haven't found many because it is a national park.
Yeah.
But we've got time. I think it's probably going to take us a week to get to the Tablelands, and then, you know, then ultimately after that Cairns.
Yeah, we got a few stops along the way.
Yep.
Some of them free. Well, I think most of them are free.
Most
stops,
of them are free or
so,
low cost. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I think some of them will be nice. We got some creek stops.
Yeah. So yeah, let's hopefully get some nice stops along the way.
Yeah.
But first, let's head to Normanton and we'll go take a look. We saw this when we were driving up to Kurumba, so we said when we come back through we'll pull over and just take a look. So it's just a bridge and there's like some rapids there. So
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
yeah. Oh wow, it's beautiful. Okay, so we've just been driving towards, we just did that stop and we're just driving towards Normanton. Now luckily we don't drive with the radio on and we could hear a funny noise, but there's been very limited places for us to pull over. So we finally managed to pull over, checked over the car because it sounded like it was coming from the car, but it's not the car. But what's happened, Darren?
Both shock absorbers on this side have come off and they're just dangling on the floor. Here, like I'll show you. Yeah, that's not good. I'll get under there and have a look and see what's going on. I don't know if bolts have come out or...
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Nightmare. Okay.
Okay, so right, well, let's see what happens, I guess. Corrugations, or maybe you have to check the bolts on the other side.
Yeah, I will, yeah. Yeah, well, this bolt that runs through here has come out, so that's what's happened.
Are we going to be okay to drive without it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's come off. That's what we heard. Good job we stopped as soon as we could.
Yeah, I know. Right, I'll check the other side, make sure the other sides are tight. But they shouldn't come off, they're like locking nuts too.
Can you see that one? Is it alright?
Yeah, this one looks fine. The bushes look a bit flogged out though. Yeah.
Anything else we need to order when we get these shockies?
Well, we'll change both sides. You're not supposed to. You can't really change just one side.
Yep.
Sides are loose.
Are they loose as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're 7 minutes from Normanton, and there is a tyre shop. It's called the Top Service Station in Normanton. So that's only 5 minutes away. So we're going to go and see if they've got anything. It's probably unlikely that they do for a caravan, but we'll definitely try. If they don't have anything, they might know somebody else that does. But there, let's see. We may not end up getting anything until we get to Cairns, but obviously that's a few days away and it's not ideal. But
yeah, well, we can only try.
Yeah.
We'll try and get the parts that we need.
Will we be safe to get to Cairns if we can't get one?
Yeah, if not, what I can do, if I can at least buy a bolt. Each side of our suspension is Cruise Master. It's got 2 shock absorbers on each side. So I can take one off the other side and just run with one on each side if I can buy a replacement bolt. So
just to get us to
that's
Cairns.
an option.
Yeah.
As long as we don't go off-road and we just stay on smooth,
yeah,
the smooth bitumen will be okay.
Not ideal, is it?
No, not ideal.
Oh dear. What did they say?
So what happens is, on the type of suspension we've got Cruise Master with twin shocks. The twin shocks break the top bolt after a period of time, for whatever reason, and then the shockies swing down and scrape on the road, which is what's happened. So the guy knows all the problems, but doesn't have Cruise Master rear shocks in stock because he said Cruise Master won't sell them to him. So we're going to have to go to a dedicated caravan shop to purchase them, and the next one will be Cairns.
So what are we going to do? Are you going to separate the 2 that we've got?
Well,
or do you think we just maybe try and get to Cairns? We had all those stops along the way, but maybe we need to push through to Cairns. I don't know. I don't know how safe we are driving.
I might go back and speak to him again and see if he's got a
bolt.
A bolt there.
Take the bolt that you've got.
Yeah.
See if he's got another bolt, and then what would you ask him, or do you know for a fact that you'll be okay to split those 2 that we've got on the right?
Well, I can split them. It's better than not splitting them, but I need a bolt, so I might go and see if he's got a bolt.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I've just contacted Caravan shop in Cairns, but they don't do shock absorbers. So I've then contacted Pedders. See if Pedders can get me some shock absorbers. So they're going to call me back. One of their I don't know, one of their main guys there who knows a bit more about caravans is going to call me back, and then I'll go through the part numbers on the Cruise Master shockies, and they'll see if they can match them up. At least if they need to order anything in, we're a few days away, so we can be prepared for when they get there. So in the meantime, Darren's going to switch over the shockies that we've got, and separate them so that we've got one each side. Yeah. I've got another bolt, so I'll swap across one of the shockies from the other side. We'll do that now before we keep travelling. Yeah. Okay, I've just finished, so I'll show you what I've done. I've taken one off that side and put it on this side. So at least we've got one shock absorber on each side rather than 2 on one and none on the other. So the latest update on our suspension, I've spoken to Cruise Master. Cruise Master are really good to deal with. The guy was very helpful on the phone. So we've gone online on their website. I've ordered 4 shock absorbers. You need to order a new bolt kit. I have a shock absorber on each side, so I'm not stressing too much. That should be enough to get us to where we need to go. And then I'll fit the 4 new ones, and then the 2 good ones that are on there, I'll chuck them in as a spare just in case. Yeah. All right, we're back on the road again. Yep, let's go.
Okay, so while we were in Normanton, we passed this bad boy as we were driving past. It says, Krys, the Savannah King is an accurate artist's impression of the largest recorded saltwater crocodile captured in the world. Krys was shot on the MacArthur Bank, Norman River, downstream from Normanton in July 1957 by Christina Pawlowski, one of the many crocodile shooters operating in the area at the time. The crocodile's name, Krys the Savannah King, reflects the feats of this lady. Look at the size of this thing.
It's huge.
Look at the size. That is huge. I will not bite, however, for your safety in mind, please don't sit on my head or body. Look at the size of its head. It's just huge.
Jeez, that's one big croc.
Such a good boy, stay there. So we've arrived at Leichhardt Lagoon. Wasn't very long to get here, was it?
Sorry?
How long did it take to get here?
About 3.5 hours.
Okay. How long did it take to drive here?
Yeah, an hour I think.
That wasn't even that long. It was only about half an hour,
Yeah, it was
wasn't it?
49 minutes or something, I think.
Oh,
Google Maps said when we set off this morning.
Oh, from Kurumba?
Yeah.
Yeah, not from all the drama in between.
Well, no, from all the drama in between, 15 minutes something, yeah.
We've only driven probably 15-20 minutes from Normanton. So we're staying here for a night. So it's $10 per person per night. There's a caretaker here, so you just go and check in. But we might go for a little walk later. It's a bit warm at the moment and we're a bit mentally exhausted, I think, from all the dramas this morning. But we might just chill out for a little bit and then go for a walk later. Are you glad to be out of the car, Archie? Hey?
Good morning.
Morning, yeah.
Morning. So yesterday was a pretty hectic day. So after all the dramas of yesterday, we sat down and replotted our route a little bit for getting across to Cairns, because we need to head across there, not pretty quickly, but obviously the parts for the caravan are being delivered in a few days, so we got to make sure that we're there. And we had quite a lot of stops marked along that way.
Off-road ones as well,
yeah.
eh? We were going to go off a bit, but
yep.
We can't do that now, not with the caravan how it is, so.
Well, yeah, there's a bit of a weather front over that way too, so looks like we're going to be driving into a bit of wet weather. So probably going on the dirt is maybe not the best option anyway, so that's fine. We've just readjusted our trip across. Today we've got potentially 200 k's to the first stop, and then we'll keep going from there.
Yep, let's go.
Alright, let's go.
Up a little takeaway coffee. So we actually had some coffee tokens sent to us, which we did a thank you in the last video, and that was to John, Becky and Liv, and to Natalie from radio. But we hadn't had a coffee then, so thank you for our coffees. Because we've finally gone through a town where we can actually get a takeaway coffee.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Much appreciated, guys. And we do have a Buy Me a Coffee account, so the link is in the description of this video, and also there's a link on our social pages too. So we really appreciate this, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Back on the dirt.
Woohoo! And a river crossing.
Water, dirt, mud. Woo.
You're excited, Archie. We're back on the dirt. Oh, thank you.
On the wheel on the dirt. Get a load of that. So this is Jardine Creek. So this is the one that I phoned this morning just to check that we can get in today. We said one night, but if we can, we might actually do 2 nights here, because it's been over a week since we've done more than one night anywhere, so it does get a bit exhausting at times. So yeah, we might actually stay here for a couple of nights and just chill out for a bit, which will be nice. But look at this creek, it's beautiful with all the water lilies. There's a cow in the water eating the water lilies over there. I'm just going to go take a look. Archie's looking at the cows. Archie, is it cows? Stay here. Archie. Come on.
Leave it for, we're only going to be a couple of hours, and go for a little explore.
Yeah, see what's around. Yeah, it should be good fun. It's always nice to go out and about for the first time and see what's going on where.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of caught
We
me by
were
surprise.
not expecting that, and that was deep. That was deep at the end.
I was running quite hard too.
Far out.
So I had to put my foot down to make sure we didn't hang around too much. Just get across.
Did not expect that. Yeah, we decided we're going to go and have a look at the gorge first. So, this is a nice little town.
Yeah.
Einasleigh. Crossing the rail line. See the bridge in the background and the waterfall. So back at the caravan now. That was good, good little outing, wasn't it?
Yeah, good couple of hours. That gorge was really nice.
It was beautiful, yeah. So I'm so glad that we went. We had a little bit of a drive around town, but there wasn't really much there.
No, it's just a small little town. There's a pub there, but we've
Yeah.
already had lunch and
Yeah.
stuff, so yeah, it was good to just have a look around.
Yep. So we're back at the caravan and we have got our neighbours back, which are the cows, just across the lagoon there. Look at them, they were actually in the water yesterday. It's crazy. When I come here, the turtles jump off the log there. So if I'm quiet, I might see a turtle. But the GoPro won't pick it up, it's too far away. But look at all the lilies. There's like thousands of them. They're beautiful. The cows are checking us out. And there's a croc just over there. We just saw it as we were driving in. Looking good, Daz.
Always. Every time.
These are homemade burgers, by the way. Darren always makes burgers by scratch. I don't even know what he puts in them, but they always taste bloody good.
Sure do.
The chicken salt.
Bit of mayo on my burger.
Yeah, I'm not having mayo. Well, there was lettuce leaves if you wanted any.
Below now.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Well done. Look at that. So good. Never disappoints, Daz. So we are just getting up and sorted and ready to set off again today. We've really enjoyed our couple of days here at Jardine Lagoon. Jardine Lagoon. Yeah, I think it's Jardine Lagoon, yeah.
It's been good.
Over the last 2 days, I have spent literally hours, I think, standing taking photographs of the wildlife because it's just absolutely amazing. Like the birds and there were some horses yesterday. So we're packing up and we are heading to a tourist park today, and the reason that we're heading there is because we want to go and check out some waterfalls.
Yeah.
So we need to be able to leave the caravan, so we're going to do 2 nights there so that we can go and check out these waterfalls, but we are headed towards rain.
Yeah, it was. I was walking Archie before and there was a couple of drops I could feel here, so the weather's coming in.
Yeah.
But we're heading to Atherton Tablelands and there's a loop there with a lot of waterfalls, like 20 waterfalls or something. So when we stay where we're staying, that'll be a base, and then we're gonna jump onto this loop and just drive around and see some of the waterfalls. So yeah, that should be stunning. Yes, yeah, hopefully should be really good. Yeah, so we'll get packed up this morning, and there were some people that came in yesterday towards the end of the day, so I don't think they paid because I didn't see anybody to pay. Now they asked you if they had to book, so they didn't know. Yeah, so I gave them the phone number so that they could contact them to let them know they was here. But they were gone this morning, but their fire is still alight. Yeah, which is just ridiculous. I mean, what happens if someone comes in with children or dogs and they don't realise? Because it's smoking now, but you know, in a couple of hours it may not be smoking, but it's still going to be hot. Yeah, and people might notice. There and chuck some water on it. Yeah, we'll just put it out before we go.
smoke came off it. It's really hot. This is my second bucket. Crazy. That was boiling. And this is where we leave you for this week. Please join us again next week when we explore some of the beautiful waterfalls in the Atherton Tablelands. Thank you for watching.